This country was founded by the top 1%. Thomas Jefferson, the guy who wrote the Declaration of Independence, lived on 5,000 acres. 5,000 on Monticello. And so, this is how they respond. You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Napa State Hospital when I get through with you. Occupational therapy program, nigga. CBT. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? Who put this shit together? They want to see us die. They run psychops on us every time we try. Every time we try.
Now, there will be darkness. I pray that the ancestors will preserve and protect our tribe and safeguard the past as it was.
I'm hurting inside. I'm hurting inside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Coward.
Covertly drugging me and hitting me with directed energy weapons to the point that they are now. I was in very physical shape. I was going to be a professional physical trainer, and what they did was start hitting me with directed energy weapons and poisons in the air, like gas, and it changed my whole. I was weak. I was in pain. I was bedridden for months at a time because actually us targets, the eugenicists are targeting a gene that is called the warrior gene. That's what they call it on a DNA test. They call it the warrior gene. I'm not sure what the scientific name is, but they call it the warrior gene. And they're trying to hack into that. They don't want us to exhibit our powers. We have these powers, physical strength and powers that they are trying to I can't think of the word really.
Suppress.
Yeah, I do that over again.
Well,
I'm sorry, my mind went blank. Oh my goodness. But no, that's really it. We have physical powers, and they're trying to basically make us into weaklings like them. That's what they want because they're weak. The people that are targeting us are weaklings. That's why they have to hide behind weapons and hide and hit us covertly and poison us covertly because they're fearful of us. We have a lot of power on satellites and stuff they're watching us on. We light up a certain way, certain colors, and when we light up those colors on the satellites, that is fearful to them because it's basically like to them superhuman.
yeah. So what?
With your martial arts challenge, yeah, they're scared and fearful of your power and of your combos. When they see that, it's scary to them.
Some Hispanic guy in a green blue car just drove by waving his hand at me. I've never seen him before in my life. And he drove by, he flipped a U-turn maybe like 20 feet away, and then he drove by waving his hand. Did you hear when my parents drove up and they said, "Can I say something personal right now?" Right away I knew something was up. Right away I knew something was up because they have no way of knowing what I'm doing right now. I have you on speakerphone, and I have another phone next to it, recording. They have no way of knowing that I'm recording right now. Why would they say, "Can I say something to you personal right now?" They have no way of knowing what I'm doing. And they were approaching me from the back. They couldn't see my mouth moving because they approached me from behind. You know?
Because they're gang stalking you. They're getting the information. And the reason that guy just drove by is because what you told me earlier about the Mexican guy waving to you. They're listening to everything we talk about and everything they're doing. They're watching us live time. They're watching us live time. So they're giving the information back to your parents to say certain things to you. And they told that guy to go by and wave to you just to let you know that you told me earlier that Mexican asked you about Mexicans gang stalking you, and you said that some drove by waving to you, and they're letting you know that they heard that conversation.
Yeah, well,
By doing that.
I'm going to end it right here. Ow! 4/20/2016. These white folks don't want to see a nigga ball, they want to see a nigga fall and crawl. And if you uncontrolled opposition going against the grain, they want to see you squirm. But it's my motherfucking turn. 4/20/2016. Alright, so this is her son who is aware of what is going on. And we explain to him what it means to be dehumanized.
Hi, my name is Elijah. I'm 11 years old, and I don't want to be burned. I don't want to be dehumanized.
Feeding radioactive cereal to retarded kids, injecting retarded kids with viruses and bacteria. It's the same network of doctors who are doing the mind control. Many of the treatments in psychiatry are also used as methods of brainwashing and torture, not just in so-called third world countries or in dictatorships, but in North America. People we don't like politically and sociologically, we can identify them as mentally ill, and we can control their behavior. Military mind control.
If I did not understand human nature so well, perhaps I would be perplexed, downright mystified at society's general acceptance of gang stalking. When you couple my fastidious research with the urgency or exigency of my videos, of course I behave in a way that one couldn't possibly consider innocuous. And that is exactly what you would expect. These motherfuckers are reaching every time they try to accuse me of being mentally unstable. And they do not stop showing you the dangers of psychiatric abuse and people who go out of their way to conform and acclimate to the political climate of this nation currently and in any other period of time, which reflects the demonic philosophies and cultural values of the elitists, which is pretty much all throughout American history. One is forced to the conclusion that a bunch of vapid, grotesque, and unacceptable miscreants, scoundrels, and rich, poisonous slime have come together to persecute me for my political views. You can judge a society by who's being persecuted, who's being harassed, and who's being stalked. Even if you just looked at my case alone, the failure of society becomes very self-evident. John Kerry, you have failed. Obama, Johnson, Comey, O'Brien, you have all failed miserably. Jerry Brown, you have failed. You will go down in history as failures, with the top martial artist highlighting your insufficiencies. What have you to say for yourselves? What could you possibly say for yourselves? Why do you let these things go on? Because a bunch of rich people told you to? But it was your job to keep society safe and in order. And your failures are a reflection of the failures of the ruling class, those who really rule, those who really govern, not their puppets. So as we go through life and reflect on all the endless experimentations and all the violations of different codes, the Nuremberg Code, UN resolutions, and rules and what have you, regulations associated with technological experimentation. We must ask ourselves, in a world where secret societies play both sides and have created the need for this to take place, why then doesn't anyone get to the root cause and attack the secret societies and launch a rebellion against the root cause of the problem, the underlying cause? Because most people do not have the heart. We celebrate controlled opposition and fake revolutionaries. Name one famous revolutionary who took the secret society structures on. And I'm not just talking about, the way Hitler did, for example, only taking on the Freemasons, but taking them all on, because they're all in it together. You just do not see that. You see one secret society every once in a while going after another. And no one addresses them all together. They are the hidden hand. They are the ones responsible for the deep state, the shadow government, and the atrocities therein, and that cometh from these despicable entities. This unforgivable collaboration has cost so many people their lives. Why are people so concerned with their standard of living and they use their family as an excuse? You give any greedy person an excuse, he'll jump on it. Well, I did it because of this. Well, my family. Well, I got to eat somehow. Well, it was, I was conditioned. Imagine if a rapist used the same scale. Well, I have needs. A pedophile could make the same argument. Well, I have needs. At the end of the day, there is no excuse for doing the wrong thing, especially when we're talking about the worst criminal acts. There is no excuse. There is no excuse for being complicit. There is no excuse for being an accomplice. And that is why they are attacking Christianity, because they seek to cover up these irrefutable, incontrovertible truths. That a good man in a bad world must be a martyr. He must put his foot down and die for what he believes, or he is accepting evil. Good men do not accept evil. They do not compromise with it. Well, a phone call. Let me just end by saying this. Did Jesus compromise with the Romans and the Jews, even though he knew what they were going to do beyond any doubt? No. Neither did any of the true Christian martyrs after him. And for those of you who are stupid enough to think this is some irrelevant story or something, you must ask yourselves, if this is a story, what is the fucking moral? And why are you such a lowly dog that you missed it?